So this is what I did to set up the rotisserie with 2 engine hoists. One hoist is mine, fold up from Harbor Freight, and then the other one I just borrowed, older one. So the thing is, as you can see, I got it stripped down. Doors, as much weight, you know, so I can get off of it. Of course. And then so what I did is I just used the bumper brackets. And then just put the bolts in, you know, under here. Just put the bolts in there to hold those in, like that. And then I just got it's like 4x4, pretty thin gauge. And then I just basically just to stick out a little bit, so it's not too short, and both sides about the same. And then hardware store, just got these C-clamp things, those deals. And then each time I use it, I make sure these are tight, double check. And then what I did on the inside is I put a bolt, drill and just put a bolt, so when it's on its side, it's not gonna, it's just helping it from sliding. And so I just drilled a hole, and then I got a telescoping magnet and fed it through like that. Put the bolt and then put the nut on there like that, on all the corners, all the spots there. That's about it. And then well, this one came with chain, and then I just got like a it's, I guess, an eye bolt, something like that. Just then I used a socket for a spacer, and then just right there went ahead and got a bolt, and I see, yeah, I think I drilled a hole, and then I just put a cotter pin in there so it doesn't back out. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah. Well, that's going to stay loose, so it will rotate. So that's kind of why, just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere, slide out. But that's about it. And then the front, pretty much, of course, the same deal. Yeah, like that. Socket, it's kind of loose, and then I just use one of these on this side. If you have the hook, use the hook, but this is just what I had. And I shorten the chain, and then I got this chain right here. Basically, when you lift it up, so if it's not balanced real good, so it doesn't turn. So I got that chain just hooked here, and then on both sides to prevent it from turning. Yeah, so that's about it. And then go ahead and show you lifting it up. And what I do is I measure. Let's see, I'm gonna put in the tape measure. Okay. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll measure from the center here out to where the body. It's probably better to do it from the back though, so you can see. Okay. So when I turn it, it's not going to hit the side, or you have an idea about where you're going. So yeah, so if you measure from the center there out to here, and then you know when it turns, it's not going to hit the side of the car there on the ground. But what I'm going to do is, you'll see how I lift it up, and I don't turn it all the way on its side, at least not this time. So just go ahead and set it there and get going on that. Around, and it's about 40 inches ish, maybe even under. It's going to clear it, but I'm going to go a little bit less because I'm just going to tilt it on its side. So let me see. I don't know what happened to. Go ahead and start lifting it. I'll just go up maybe like a foot or so and then go to the front and lift it up. I'll just do a little bit at a time. Yeah, it's already starting to turn, so. Quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is grab some. So if you got somebody helping you, they can just hold it, of course. I'm gonna put a rock in there. Kind of balance it out. Let's see. That might not work. Let's see. Now it's staying that way, but well, I'll just keep lifting it, see what we get. Yeah, you can always adjust this chain. Probably could adjust that a little better. Anyway, so it's not too bad. Let's see where I'm at here. Go to the back. Start lifting the back here. See where we are. That's pretty good. Just to show you, I'll go ahead and get the card out. Oh, come on, baby. No. Get the card out. And then I just got some railroad ties, and then I got a cushion under there. I did have an old air mattress under there. If you want to use an old air mattress, put it on its side. But then, of course, if you're welding, that's not going to work. But just something under there, something soft. So what I'll do is, so I'm going to just take off the chain here. And what I'll do is, just kind of let it go. It's not. So now, see, yeah, it's just resting on the railroad ties. So, let's see. So if you wanted to lift it up higher, but what I would recommend is using some braces here. Using something. Yeah, you can brace it. Okay. Use a brace on the front and back. Something to hold while it's, you know, on the side there. And if you did lift it up, which I'm gonna do when I get it on its side, I'm gonna put jack stands right here, and then the jack stand kind of right in there in the shock tower area. So when you do turn it on its side, like I said, with the jack stands, so you can have a jack stand right there. And then the other one right there, shock tower. So what you want to do is have a second person. It's probably the best thing if you're going to go all the way on its side, just to make sure it's not going to keep turning on you, you know, and land on the roof. So it's good to have somebody else to help you. And then before the jack stands, what you want to do is you have like a chair or something. But if you have a second person holding it while you find something, but you want to set it right here. It's going to hit right here, top of the roof, the door area. When you do tilt it, it's a good spot to rest it. Rest it there on the seat or something, and then that's going to support it. And you kind of see, especially with a roll bar, you know, the weight, the way I did it. I mean, there's gonna be weight, but I added, you know, a second bar there, and then two going there. So it's, yeah. So the top is heavy. It's gonna keep turning. But anyway, so just pay attention to that. So I'll show you on the other side. But like for the welding, a lot of the stuff, I just pretty much had it like this. I just had it like that. And then like I said, you know, I put another brace there. I'll do that now. Get something that kind of, yeah, secure it like that. But like I said, when it's on, it's totally vertical there. When it's on, I'm gonna go ahead and put a jack stand like right there. Yeah, like that, and then it's gonna support it there, and then I'll put a jack stand there, shock tower. Yeah, when it's horizontal, vertical, horizontal, when it's straight on its side there, I'm gonna put that to kind of take some of the weight off, just well for safety too. Put the jack stands. But yeah, so if you have another person helping you, obviously it's easier to kind of, as you're doing the lifting it up, somebody else is keeping an eye on it. But just definitely don't get under there while you're doing it, you know. I mean, it's pretty strong setup, but like anything, you just want to be safe. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good way to do it. You know, so you don't have to go out and buy a rotisserie, obviously, you know. And then, so with the hoist, you know, I have one, borrowed one, and that's it. When it's done, And it comes apart real easy. Alright, so hey, thanks for watching, subscribing. Bye now.